CDD 711, Assignment 3, Sibisi. My presentation is on generating a curriculum solution for my identified curriculum problem and choose the best solution to develop for my own context and the implementation in my respective college at TVET College, Ekurhuleni. Need to identify a curriculum problem in my institution. Ekurhuleni College has a program office administration management assistant that is not aligned to the latest trends in education. It is part of a legacy curriculum that lacks creativity and innovation in teaching and learning, and it has to be revised frequently. The program has conservative or legacy teaching methods, or rather an old system of presenting content, which is teacher, lecturer, or coach oriented. The lecturer or teacher are expected to stand up front and present the lesson. There is 90% of the content that is based from a source that is 20 years old. The institution is using the context that is not sync with the modern transformative society. The curriculum also focuses on memorization, where students memorize facts with limited attention on application of knowledge, reproduction, and determining competency by a single assessment, e.g. metrics, that is grade 12, NCV level 4, and NATED N6, where a candidate or learner needs to sit for an assessment to be determined competent. Monitoring and assessment instruments are limited and no evaluation or critical thinking. Scrutiny of how old is the curriculum at my college. Problems also arise from inability to address barriers to learning, manage assessment and evaluation effectively, and adapt to changing needs. The challenge is that the curriculum in our institution is not aligned to the modern trends of dual approach and the 21st century education. This curriculum is in contrast with the modern curriculum framework that requires a learner to be creative and innovative and broader wide learning experiences. Marketing, office administration, and human resource for both NATED and NCV is becoming irrelevant as they are saturated and students become unemployed even after completing their studies. Office management space, including digital learning application and software, leading to disconnect between curriculum goals and actual student outcome. In other words, this courses or this program is more on theory rather than on practical, and students end up not being competent when it comes to the skills. Consultation, participation, and input from lecturers, students, and industry. The curriculum problem that I identify, management assistant office administration at my institution is attributed by lack of lecturers training, skills development, which makes it challenging for lecturers to adapt to the latest changes and innovation in the syllabus. Mr. Malachi, the senior lecturer that has been there for 15 years, who is a senior lecturer for fundamental and office administration, has alluded that teaching legacy programs for more than 15 years and learner only introduced to the latest methods at later stage of NCV level 4. The syllabus is stagnated and does not encourage students to be innovative, but office management assistant is an answer. Expected can never be alternative. In other words, the answers that students are writing on the exam, they are not encouraged to be innovative and also creative. Then Patty Swankose of Macmillan, who's distributing LTSM, has acknowledged that curriculum change also is determined by demand from the institution request. Yes, the curriculum and the content needs to be reviewed frequently as it has not yet achieved what the industry demands, but they will keep on striving, unquote. In identifying and exploring a curriculum problem, firstly, it's an articulation of issues and repercussions related to the identified college problem. The curriculum for legacy courses, especially office admin, office practice management assist at Ekurhuleni is outdated. The content is not relevant to the modern day of technological advancement where e-filing and saving documents on iCloud is part of the syllabus. Lecturers and students also find it hard to implement the content because it's full of theory and irrelevant to the change and modern ways of filing and office etiquettes. Who are affected by these issues? Obviously, its students are affected by the outdated syllabus as they become redundant and unemployable. The industry is also affected as it continuously perceives learners from TVET, particularly at EWC, as incompetent and not able to adapt to the latest trends. Educators are also affected by the office administration program that is not totally aligned to the latest modern way of administration because the prescribed textbook for the legacy program lacks innovation and modern trends as also that limits students for creativity. The college as an institution is also affected offering of this legacy. This is because also the reputation of the college is at stake. When industry or the employers see that these students are coming from Ekurhuleni West College, they doubt to put them on programs because they know that the program that they are doing is not relevant to what they are expecting. The reason why the particular issue exists, it is the outdated syllabus and the practice of office practice is a challenge because storing of data has changed over the years. We are no longer doing the way that we did. We are no longer using files like traditional files. We have to file on iCloud and all that. So the syllabus that is there in Office Admin is still instilling the issue of teaching students to file with the traditional of that is very outdated. The current syllabus at Ekurhuleni West College needs to be revised and updated. Some of the lecturers teaching this program are not well equipped and qualified on the modern techniques of office system and data capturing that is relevant to industries. The office practice legacy curriculum itself is not well designed to promote mastery of subject or to foster positive academic outcomes. And it is because the reason is that it's old and we are living in the modern ways and we are preparing our students to be employable in every sphere of industry. Where do these problems or challenges exist? The challenge of the outdated syllabus exists in the classroom, in the content of the subject or program itself, with, which is not providing relevant and current trends in the syllabus. As I alluded before, to say that the syllabus for office is not relevant to what is being done in the current world of work. A need for continuous syllabus and curriculum development exists to specifically for legacy subjects. Hence, we are moving from legacy to occupational programs. And then significant learning gaps often exacerbated by external factors like the lack of latest of technological advancement make it difficult for students to adapt with old legacy syllabus content. Yeah, because this legacy nated subject, they lack where they need to advance students technologically. They are all based specifically office, marketing, and human resource. They are based on theory most of the time, and they make students to be very stagnant, and hence it needs to change and make sure that students are taught to be creative, to be innovative, and also the technological advancement in those subjects. Problems also arise from the inability to address barriers to learning, manage assessment and evaluation effectively, and adapt to the changing needs. You cannot be testing a student 20 years ago, you're still testing the same, you're still using the same method that you are using. We are living in the modern world of which even our assessment needs to adapt to the modern ways of doing things. Problems also arise from the inability to address barriers of learning, manage assessment and evaluation effectively, and adapt to the changing needs. Office management space, including digital learning application and software, leading to a disconnect between curriculum goals and actual student outcome in the college does exist. Solutions to these problems on the curriculum. The program offers in our college and respective campuses needs to focus on curriculum that adapt and incorporate modern tools, global perspectives, and digital literacy to enhance the quality of education. We need to create management assistant office admin curriculum that is relevant, future orientated, and adaptable to the changing societal needs and technological advancement. Hence, we should be using and focusing on WIL, work integrated learning, where students have part-time at school and also they go to the world of work while they are still studying. We don't wait for them to finish. While they are studying, they go and experience the world of work. The application also of occupational programs, because these occupational programs are aligned to dual approach, which is also interlinked with WIL, work integrated learning. Also, we should include students and other stakeholders in decision-making processes to ensure curricula are relevant to real people and address their needs. Develop and implement an educational assessment framework for office practice that empowers and informs teachers and provides actionable data for policy makers to guide intervention. In other words, all the curriculum needs to focus on what is important in making sure that we prepare the students to be employable. The best solution to develop is to integrate all stakeholders to develop and review curriculum. All involved should be part of a developing and revolving syllabus. We should focus on upskilling and imparting competent and innovative students. Therefore, curriculum needs to align towards the industry demands. Incapacitate educators with the latest innovative and creative teaching methods. Review and reassess the syllabus as well as the curriculum. Our college shifting from legacy to occupational curriculum needs to focus on lifelong learning, student-centered learning. With 6 campuses each offering legacy and moving to occupational programs, we have to integrate assessments and feedback, also prioritize incorporation of technology to enhance and adapt to the trends of teaching and learning. Thank you.